Welcome everybody to another great episode of Real Life Matters. And of course, I am your host, DBoss, and I'm just welcome everybody to the channel. Please subscribe, share, press the bell icon on DBoss Networks, Real Life Matters. You'll see all the wonderful guests and all the people that I've interviewed over the past while. So if you've missed anything or missed an episode, you can watch us on CaribVision, BellFibe. We're in 28 different countries, including the London, UK, or United Kingdom, and also through the US, and also through in Canada, BellFibe channel 658. So if you guys want to do that, that's up to you, on you, if you want to. And also, I'm just letting everybody know that, yes, I'm back. I had some personal things I had to deal with. And, I'm here. So we're going to get right into it. And I have a great artist here for you today. I've been looking for her for a while, and now she's finally here. So she's going to tell us about herself and what she should have did, what she couldn't have did, what she should have did now that she knows better now than before. Because when you're starting out, sometimes you just don't know these things. All right. So with no further ado, I introduce to you Ammoye.
Hey. Hey.
Finally.
Hi, DBoss. I know, finally, eh? Well,
The big
nothing
hair, the
before it's
big hair.
time. Yes, thank you. Nothing before it's time. Happy to be here.
Yes. All right. So here at Real Life Matters, we like to know where everybody's cultural background, where they come from,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
where do you.
I'm originally from Jamaica, Clarendon. I'm a Yardie. I'm from country girl as well, from Veer. Attended Clarendon College, high school, and I was raised in the church, raised by my grandparents. My grandmother and my grandfather, Isla and Lloyd Russell. That's where I got my start. Was in the church. My granddad played
Wow.
the guitar and the banjo, and my grandmother had us all singing in the choir. So that's I started singing from probably age 3. So
So
music has been
so
my
you
life.
you play any musical instruments?
I'm learning the guitar,
Wow.
spirit around here and there, but my instrument is my voice.
Okay. All
Hmm.
right. So this is when you knew when you stepped out, when you said, you know what, this is going to be what I'm going to do
Hmm.
all the time. So when did you know that?
Well, I always wanted to do music. I was shy back home in Jamaica. I was more of a dancer. I sang in the church, but I was so scared whenever my grandmother would force me, because that's exactly what it was, to do the music. I was always so reluctant, and I would be trembling. My lips would be shaking and jittering on stage. But eventually, I got bit by that music bug. Bob Marley was my biggest influence in
Wow.
music, and Bob Marley was the only artist actually that my grandparents allowed us to listen to, outside of gospel music. So it's still today. He's still my biggest influence, and music was always a part of my brought up. See, in high school, I was doing dancing, which was my thing. They used to call me No
Wow.
Bones. Yeah, they used to call me No Bones because I was that girl, the dancehall queen, if you will,
You put
back
his big back,
then,
you
right? I know. A lot of people don't know that, but that's really where, from back then, a lot of my high school friends, they know me as a dancer because I kind of hid the music thing and only did it in church. But then I started to write my own songs. I would run up in the backland and run up. I was a tomboy. Run up in the mango tree them and start to write my songs and turn my poems into songs. And then when my grandmother passed away and I came to Canada to live with my mom, with my siblings as well, I started to continue singing in the church choir here in Toronto, and then I saw people like Julie Black, doing their music professionally, and I was like, you
Yes.
know what? And Tamia and who else was the Deborah Cox,
Yes.
back then, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can do my music professionally. They're doing it. I was studying at the time at Seneca College travel and tourism because I love traveling, so I knew I wanted to do that, right?
All
And
around.
then when I saw them doing their music professionally, it just inspired me that I could do it too. And so I dropped out of my course in uh, at
Travel.
Seneca, Yeah, because I was really doing it to please my family, doing that
Okay.
as I knew I wanted to do music. But they always felt like music was something that was like a hobby. It wasn't something that we were supposed to take seriously. But I knew that if I continued to follow that their path, I would only be feeding the pocket and starving my soul. So I
All right.
decided to continue doing to full force follow my dreams and go after my music, and I haven't looked back since.
All right. So, Amoy, is that your name or is that your stage name?
That is my name, my stage name as well, but it is my middle name. Yes,
Okay. Okay. We just want to know because some people, they
make
call
up them names and yeah. But
All
no,
right.
it's my middle name.
Okay. So, who have you performed with?
My God, I performed with so many. I just got back from Quebec. I shared the stage with. I opened for Wyclef Jean and Protege
Okay.
and a yard core. But I've opened for Sean Paul several times, Beanie Man, um, Ziggy Marley, um, what's the other brother from Marley?
Damien?
Not Damien, the other one. Oh gosh, it's in slip me now. But I've opened for so many. Barry's Hammond. Oh my gosh, Chronics,
Woo!
Romaine Virgo, Marcia Griffith. Like I mean, Barrington Levy,
Wow.
Michael Bublé. I've sang backgrounds from
Woo!
Michael Bublé. I've worked with so many artists. Like so many artists. To be honest.
So, what artists, if you had to do a collaboration with an artist, what artists would you like to do something with that you haven't and you could name three?
Sade,
Woo!
first and foremost, Sade. Yes, I love me some Sade. As well, I would love to do some work with Lauren Hill. Um, and the next artist, let me think about it because I'm more of like, oh, I like the old school sound, like the old sound, the old. I'm old school. I'm a '70s baby, so I like the older music, the old musicians, the older musicians that have
Mhm.
soul. A lot of the modern musicians, I feel like they don't have that soul. It's so surface music. So, but the one of the modern day artists that I probably Skip Marley,
Okay.
mm-hmm. But Sade and Grace Jones. How could I forget Grace
Woo!
Jones? Grace Jones for sure. Yeah, because she's one of my biggest influences as well. Sade and Grace Jones and Lauren Hill, I love, and Bob
All right.
Marley is my main guy. But yeah,
So, have you done any soca or calypso?
I had like MFEO is one of my kind of soca songs, if you
Okay.
will. Um, but not really. My I've done more so reggae fusion, which I fuse the reggae with soul, jazz, R&B, hip hop,
Okay.
dancehall, electronic even. That's my sound.
Okay. So what you're doing now that you're a veteran artist. So what would you do now differently that you would, if you like that now, what would you done differently back then when you started?
When I started, I would, and I say this to my audience, especially the females, like know who you are. Know
Okay.
who you are before you come out and you put yourself out there, because you can fall for all kind of foolishness, and there's all kind of people out there that's trying to get you to mold you into what they want you to be if you don't know who you are. And then all of a sudden you've lost yourself, you've lost who you are, and then you give up. You want
Okay.
to give up because this music business can be really challenging, and it's male dominated. No matter which genre you're in, it's male dominated. This industry is
So
very much so male run by the masculine energy. And so as a female, I would advise anybody, and if I knew this then, I would probably gotten, but everything happened as it was supposed to.
yes.
You know what I mean? And I truly believe that it was a learning curve for me, and it's taught me a lot just to know who I am, be confident in who I am, always put myself first.
Okay.
In that, when I say that, I mean self love, self care. Take care of myself first before I take care of. I can't feed anybody from an empty cup. So if my cup isn't filled, then the vessel is empty, and there's nothing really going on here and here. So I had to fill up my soul first, feed my soul with a spiritual foundation. I mean, I grew up in the church, but 2012 changed my life, where I had a different kind of relationship with spirit. I lost
Hmm.
my voice for that year, and I thought my career was over. But really, what was happening was spirit was recalibrating my instrument and my throat chakra. I stopped smoking a lot of Bob Marley so that I was more aware and conscious of what I was putting into my vessel. So what was coming out was pure and authentic. So I would say
Right.
just learn about who you are first. Study yourself. Learn about who you are on a spiritual level. And then no matter what comes your way, you're able to stand on the foundation that you have within yourself.
So when you write your music, where do you go? Do you sitting in the backyard? You having
Oh,
sing? What do you do? Walking down the road?
I like to write by, I love to go out in nature.
Okay.
And I love water. So if I like to be by a big body of water and just allow the water to send you know inspiration to me. Spirit. I always connect though with spirit. I'm always in a meditative state when I'm writing, even if I'm home. I'm writing in my bed or my beautiful blue couch here. It's a big plush couch, or out in nature is my thing. I love nature. I love to. I'm a tree hugger, and so yeah, anywhere that I'm connected to spirit,
Okay.
I'm that's
You
easy
there.
for me to connect with spirit. Is a place that inspires me to create.
So how do you keep coming up with hits after hit? You know, yeah,
Spirit, man. Spirit. I watch and I observe. I'm an observer. I don't absorb. I observe. I observe what's going on in and around me, and then
okay.
if it connects with my heart, it resonates. Something resonates with me about what's happening. I share that through my music. So I'm
Okay.
a very conscious writer.
All right. So tell us about this song that you have
With
here.
Samora.
Yes. So tell us
This
about
song,
that. What's it about?
it's called More Reggae.
Mm-hmm.
Funk it up. I went to
Nice.
Switzerland. Yeah, I was in Germany actually for Reeperbahn Music Festival, and then after that we went to Switzerland because that's where Samora is from, and we've always talked about collaborating. So they invited me because I was so close. I was in Germany. It's like a couple hours flight to get to Switzerland from there.
Right.
So a few hours flight. So we went there and got into the studio together, spent some time together, and vibe out, and came up with this track. And it's all about, because reggae music is one of the only genres I feel. No, I mean, all the other genres connect you as well, but this reggae music connects you to the soul, the heartbeat, you know, the heart. And so I wanted to remind people we both wanted to remind people to forget about the problems and the craziness happening in the world. Connect with the music and go within yourself. Find your joy again. Reconnect with your joy again. Reconnect with your soul and your spirit and live life to the fullest, because tomorrow is not promised.
Okay. So we're gonna listen to this, and you could sing if you want to. Here we go.
That client review was brutal. We're gonna be underwater for weeks. I'm already so pruny.
That's not it.
This is
Nah.
fixable. Just get ready. I'm ready, girl. Get ready. I'm gonna add some more up on this one. Come
Come
make we
make
do
we
this
do this
right and
right and
fuck
fuck
this
this
up.
up.
Fuck it up, yo. Are you and me tonight? Tomorrow, them
Them
not
not
ready.
ready.
We gonna drop it like it's hot. Can't
Can't
stop
stop
this.
this
We
now.
reggae music, keep the people funky. Hey,
Funky
what you want is
is
what we
what you
give,
give,
and
and
what
what
you
you
see
see
is
is
what you
what you
get.
get.
What you get. Just opposite.
Opposite,
We'll keep you moving
moving
and
and
grooving,
grooving
feeling good all
all
night
night
long.
long.
What you want, what you want, what you want, what you want is more
More
reggae.
reggae,
What you need, what you need, what you need, what you need is more
more
reggae.
reggae,
What they want, what they want, what they want, what they want is more
more
reggae.
reggae.
So
So
let's funk this
funk
up.
it up.
Yeah, we are gonna funk it up. Funk up the bass from the high to the low.
Yes,
Funk up the bass,
Samora.
can't stop, we are go. ever trying to stop that. Take a listen to the music, make it come back. It's a rhythm and a soundtrack. Feel the reggae in the music, don't you fall back. What you
What you
want, what
want?
you
What you
want, what you
want? What you
want, what you
want? What you
want? It's
want?
more
More
reggae.
reggae.
What you need, what you need, what you need, what you need is more
More
reggae.
reggae.
What they want, what they want, what they want, what they want is more reggae. So let's funk this
Funk it
up.
up.
Yeah, let's funk it up.
What
What they
them want
want is
is
more
more
reggae. What
reggae.
they need is
Is
more
more
reggae. What
reggae.
they
What them
want
want.
is more reggae. So let's funk this
Funk
up.
it up.
We are the let's funk it
Funk
up.
this up.
Hey.
Wow. That is
Yes. It's a funky track, man, to keep you moving and grooving all night long.
I like the part that who's on the cover? Is that just somebody else?
No, it's both of us on the cover.
Woo! Because somebody's in the bathing suit.
Oh, that's Samora because she just released her album and that track is on her album. So that's her album
Wow.
cover.
I love the gold.
Yes, yes. She's an awesome artist as well, reggae artist as well. Awesome. And the
So what are
sweet
you
soul.
working on? So what are you working on now?
Thank you for asking. I'm actually working on my new album, The Shift. That's going to come out in the fall.
Okay.
And this shift that signifies me shifting from the old version of how I used to be into this new version of who I am becoming. More awake, more conscious, more authentically, unapologetically myself. And yeah, I just want to share that this version of who I am and what I've been learning and the growth and the expansion in this body of work.
So the shift is a whole album? How many or is it just
Yes, a
okay,
whole
so how
album.
many? How many?
We're
So
thinking about 12, 13 tracks it's gonna be.
okay, that's good.
hmm
I thought
hmm
you were gonna tell me 21 or something. I was like, oh god.
No, no, no. 12, 13 tracks. Yeah. I have
Okay.
written though, I've recorded about over 20 tracks. So we have like
Yes.
two albums worth of songs. But on this one, it's going to be 12, 13.
Okay. Well, you got to come back for that, obviously,
Yes, for sure. For sure.
so we can hear some more of those tracks. So
Absolutely.
from coming through, and then
Absolutely.
you hear it first because a lot of people hear the tracks here first.
Nice.
So,
I love that.
so in your career, what are you expecting to reach to? Like, what kind of legacy do you want to leave here?
Honestly, my goal as a artist is to be a world touring artist, successful world touring artist. And the legacy that I want to leave is for my audience, the people who hear my music, to figure out what their unique gift is. I'm living sharing my gift with the world and living my true passion, my true life purpose. I feel is through music, and the intent is to heal, activate, and inspire people to go out and do what they love to do. So the legacy is for me to continue to do that and inspire people to get up, figure out what it is that you love to do. What is my unique gift that spirit, God, source gave me to share with the world? Master that and then share that with the world.
See, perfect.
hmm hmm
All
hmm
right. So you're performing somewhere this weekend.
Yeah. At Front this weekend, and I'm excited for the Caribbean. I'm excited because I love Elaine, and so for them to invite me to be a part of this is their first time actually too doing this. So I'm excited to be a part of it. I know we
Well, this
go
is
on.
your first time performing with them.
Yes, because I think this is their first festival that they're putting
Okay.
on
Okay.
as well, and so I go on at 7:30, and I'll
What
share
day? Saturday or
this
both?
Saturday, Saturday,
Okay.
Saturday.
Saturday.
hmm hmm
Wow. And then are you doing anything else in the summer too, or?
Oh yes, I'm going on. As I said, I just came. My
Listen.
summer tour has begun. I've just came back from Quebec City, and like told you, I was opening up for Wycliffe John and Protege and Yardcore
Wow.
and King Cruff, and so um, the next show will be this Saturday, and then we go to New York City where I'm doing my first U.S. tour.
Woo!
hmm
Well, that's going to be good. So, how did Wycliffe John? Did they speak to you,
Oh
or
yeah, of course.
they
There's
did?
pictures.
Okay,
Yeah,
because sometimes you
man.
never know. Sometimes the artists say that everybody's in their own.
Yeah, no, 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 no. He is such a down to earth, approachable. soulful man, human being. He was so
Okay.
receptive. We hung out backstage before he set, and we were vibing. Even after he set as well, we vibing out and ting ting. He loved my big hair. He wanted to get close to the big hair, you know. So yeah, man, we definitely vibed out as well. I did with Protege and Yardcore and King Craft. I was the only female on the bill,
Only
so
one?
the
Oh my
only
God.
one. So I was representing for the feminine energy, and so it was my honor to do that.
Wow.
And yeah, man, and so yeah, it was good vibes all around, all around. Hmm.
All right. So if people want to book you or, have you come to their city, their town,
Yeah,
where
yes,
can they
please.
find you?
On my website, www.ammoye.com. You
Okay.
can connect with my booking agents there. I have a booker for Canada and the US,
Okay.
and as well one for Quebec. Quebec is
It's
their own
different.
territory. And for the UK, just go to my
UK
website.
or Europe
Yeah.
or
Yeah, so
the
Europe, which I
Caribbean.
love. Yes, and the Caribbean. Just hit me up at on my website. You'll see my agent there, Jenny, or Julian from Pasa Music, or you can send me an email at my amoysmusic@gmail.com, and my manager will sort out everything. So
Okay.
Ammoyes music@gmail.com, or on my website, amoy.com.
You guys follow her, support her. She's in
Yes,
a big
please.
city
Follow
now.
me on Instagram
Scream
at
the
Amoy's
music,
Music.
people.
Yes,
Scream it.
please. Yes, yes, yes. I'm more active on Instagram, Amoy's Music.
Okay.
Same handle on Facebook. And I'm trying to get my TikTok up there now. TikTok up there, trying to get in with the youths and
It's
ting ting.
hard.
Yeah, so you can follow me on TikTok as well and help me build that platform. But yeah, hit me up. I'm always, interacting with my audience. I'm not
That's
those
good.
people that just
Don't
watch your
don't
comment and
don't
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 reply.
say nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm always interacting with my audience. I love to connect with my audience. Yeah.
Well, I wish you all a success, and you're coming back, and you're welcome here to come back because
Thank you.
you're part of the Real Life Matters family.
Yes,
You
yes.
gotta
And
come
so it
back because
is.
people, you just don't want you to come back one time and say, "Oh my goodness, she only came one time." Worse, what
No,
happened
man.
to her?
Anytime. I'm up for it anytime you're ready. And I will be coming back to speak about the new album when it's
Yes,
time.
yes.
Yes.
All right. So I wish you all the best. I thank you so much for coming and speaking to everybody here tonight and telling us everything, what's
Yeah, so
going
see you on
on.
Saturday. See you on
Yes.
Saturday at
Yeah.
Harborfront. Yes.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
see
yes,
you on
yes.
Saturday at Harborfront. If it's not too hot, you got to wear like AC around you.
Yeah. Or walk with your mobile fan, your little fan, your hand fan.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
that's true. You got that.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right, you
yeah.
guys follow her, Amoy.
Thank you.
Support people. Come on now. These are the women out here that's doing a lot in
Caribbean
Tampa.
vibrations.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All
Yes. All
right.
right.
Thank you, Amoy,
Enough
and good
love.
night,
Enough love.
everybody. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.